So, welcome learners to this 20th module on currently available graphical organizer tools. Myself, Syed Usman Ahmad, Assistant Professor in Department of Computer Engineering, ZCET AMU, will be explaining the following topics. First, we will see the brief recap of graphical organizer. Second, we will see the capabilities of a graphical organizer tool. Thirdly, we will see graphical organizers for various domains, and then we will study something about graphical organizer software programs or packages, and finally, we will see some features of graphical organizer tools. At the end of this module, students will be able to see what are graphical organizer softwares, what are the features of some currently available graphical organizer softwares, how PowerPoint can be used as a graphical organizer tool. So, as a brief recap, we can again see what is graphical organizers are also called as visual organizers. It acts as a tool or a process to build word knowledge by relating similarities of meaning to the definition of a word. This tool can help student understand the concept, the relationship, and analyze and organize data and understand sequence and systems. The best thing is it is not subject dependent. So, the student of any stream, example mathematics, engineering, science, arts, social science, etc., can use these tools. The varied capabilities of graphical organizer tool include: first, the concept and relationship through linking ideas, pictures, symbols, and text. Second, videos and sound files can be imported in the diagram. So, you can import the videos also and sound files also in the diagram. Third, use of different colors, shapes, fonts and patterns to group and classify, manages nodes, organized ideas with the aid of the arrange tool and the checklist feature. The graphic organizer tool can be used across curriculum and in varied levels. So, you can use for any curriculum starting from school, colleges or postgraduate or postdoc and into various levels also. It can be used in applied technology, arts, mathematics, science, social science and engineering, etc. Graphical organizers software in applied technology is a tool that students can use to organize, plan, analyze and manage production workflow. That means, in applied technology we can use manage production workflow, we can design workflows which we can see how production is made. Second, graphical organizers softwares in arts help students to visualize their ideas through graphic organizers that include symbols and text. Students can combine pictures, text and spoken words to show and expand on the relationship between ideas. Students can draw their own pictures to represent concept. Graphic organizer in math is a tool to help students organize, analyze, manage and display information visually through graphs. Students in maths usually transform information that is statistical into graphical format. So, these type of organizers help them to translate the statistical data from the raw data to a graphical data. Diagrams can be used to represent patterns, compare measurements, show relationship between concepts and visualize ways in which shapes can be combined and subdivided. Now, graphical organizers in science help students to plan, analyze, compare and classify and evaluate as well the information. There are many templates to help students analyze cause and effect relationship, because in science we want to apply some cause and we want to see some effects on that particular process. So, these type of diagrams help student to analyze the cause and effect relationship, analyze the design and outcome of experiment, compare attributes of topic and classify chemical compound and explore the pros and cons of a topic. So, now we will see how this graphical organizer helps in social studies. In social studies, it acts as a tool for students to plan, organize, analyze, compare and evaluate their research. Students can use template to craft a position in support of a topic, compare articles, explore the life of an important person, analyze an event, show cause and effect relationship and compare historical events or cultures. Graphic organizers programs can be divided into 3 categories: commercial, available on trial and for free. Before we go inside this topic, we would like to explain that software packages that we buy through market or we download through internet comes under these 3 type of categories. Commercial type of softwares are those softwares in which user generally have to buy a particular software. They have to pay for a software and then they will get a particular software package which they will install on their system and they can use the all features of a software. Second thing is, we can also have some software which comes under commercial cum trial type of softwares, in which user generally wants to use the software for a certain period of time and before he can buy that particular software. So, the vendor or the package developer gives that particular software with some limited features to that particular user for a trial period. Generally, this trial period is of 30 days. And if at the end of this trial period, the user is satisfied and wants to use more features of the software or the complete software, he can go ahead and buy it for that use. Finally, we also have an option to free and online softwares these days. Free softwares generally are called freewares. Users can download these freewares from internet and they can use these type of basic organizers, but there is a limitation on type of organizers, the types templates that has been deployed on a free and online softwares. So, free and online software provide less features in comparison to a commercial software. Some examples of graphic organizers program include: number 1, Inspiration, which is used to create graphic organizers and idea maps and is a commercial in nature. Second is Kidspiration, which is used to categorize and organize ideas for writing and is commercial in nature. Third is Smart Draw, which is used to draw diagrams, graphs and concept maps and is free or trial in nature. The fourth is eDraw, which is used to create flowcharts, organizational charts, mind maps, network diagrams, flow plans, workflow diagrams, business cards and engineering diagrams and is commercial or trial in nature. Finally, there is also a very well known package which is called Microsoft PowerPoint, which is used to create concept map using chart feature and is also commercial in nature. Now, we will see some features of Inspiration software package, which include: first, build in vocabulary and accurately express your intended message with the word guide and integrated dictionary or a thesaurus. So, you always, when you download that Inspiration package, you have a built-in vocabulary and built-in integrated dictionary or thesaurus for your study. Second, capture the most important details in literary and informational text using Inspiration as a note-taking tool. So, now the Inspiration is also providing you with an additional tool of note-taking. So, while the instructions are being given, you can capture that particular data and put it with the help of a note-taking tool. Third, it includes videos and record and play sounds in your diagram, outlines and presentations to add multimedia impact. So, you can you can include videos also, you can record and play sounds also in your diagram, which will give additional weightage, additional enhancement to your multimedia impact project. Fourth is print your work from diagram, map or outline views and from presentation manager. You can print your diagram directly from a presentation manager. And fifth is that you can transfer your work to the word processor to streamline and support project compilation and save as a PDF. So, this saving as a PDF is a very important feature. That means, you can save it as a the PDF file, and you can download and take it anywhere what you want. Sixth is export diagrams and mind maps into various formats like JPG, GIF, PNG, BMP or WMF files to insert into other materials. Now, you want to upload a photograph, but it says that you can only upload a photograph in JPG format. So, it helps you to download save a photo and export it into a JPG format, or if you want to save it in PNG format, you can also save it in the PNG format. Now, with the help of the Inspiration software tool, things can be easily learned at a difficult concept can be easily learned, like that of Newton's law of motion and shown in the figure. So, we can see in this figure that a student, if he want to learn the Newton's first law, second law and third law of motion, he can generally visualize this particular with the help of a diagram which is drawn on the screen with the help of a Inspiration tool, and we can generally teach student this is how the Newton's law of motion works. Next, the tool is popular with young learners and is called Kidspiration. It helps to first develop strong thinking skills, second strengthen reading and writing skills, and third build conceptual understanding of maths. So, as we see from the basic idea of this Kidspiration, that it is used for young learners, that means almost that it is from standard 1 to standard 5 or 6. So, it will help with the help of Kidspiration, students use graphic organizers to express thoughts and explore ideas and relationship. Using Kidspiration, students combine pictures, text and audio to develop comprehension, organize ideas and create stories. They can integrate pictures and writing views. We can also integrate these two things, the pictures and writing views. It can also help as a word guide for the young students. Kidspiration pairs symbols and words. So, you can pair symbols and words, so you can learn vocabularies as well. It has an audio support, so that if a student is not understanding a word, he can use the audio support and learn that word also. It has a ready-made reading and writing activities, that it has an inbuilt comprehensions, and it helps you to read, and then you can also write activities. Kidspiration extends the proven principles of visual learning to mathematics with a visual math tool. That means, Kidspiration extends the power of the learning of mathematics with the kids. Kidspiration's 5 visual math tools focus on the core conceptual foundations of counting, place value, computation and geometric thinking. Now, with the help of Kidspiration, now you can teach the student how to count. You can also teach the student how to place the value, and then you can teach students how to compute. You can like addition, subtraction, fraction. You can use these type of concept with the help of a simple tool available, and you can also teach the student what are the geometric shape like symmetry, circles, rectangles. You can think of these type of thinking abilities are increased using Kidspiration. Now, we will see one of the most popular packages in today's time, which is called Microsoft PowerPoint. It has a graphical organizer tool by the name Smart Art. The symbol is shown on this particular slide. Before you choose a layout for your Smart Art graphic, ask yourself what you want to convey and whether you want your information to appear in a certain way. That means, you can use all the graphic organizers, but the information that you want to convey should reflect what you have chosen. So, there are various Smart Art graphics layouts which can be used in various different scenarios, like to represent show non-sequential information, we use list layout. Second, to represent show steps in process or timeline, we use a process layout. To represent a continual process, we use a cycle layout. To represent an organizational chart or the decision tree, we use a hierarchy layout. To represent or show a proportional relationship, with the layout with the largest component on the top and bottom, we use a pyramid layout. That means, if we want to show something which has the largest at the bottom and the top smallest at the top, we use something called a pyramid type of structure. To represent how parts relate to a whole, we use a matrix layout. That means, you will show a small part and how this small part is a part of a whole diagram. We will use a matrix type of layout. Now, to work with smart art, first select the insert option from the navigation ribbon of a PowerPoint software as shown on the diagram. Now, we can see that an option for smart art inside the PowerPoint software, and upon selecting it, an option to choose and a smart art graphics is displayed. Now, with the help, let us try to create a smart art hierarchy diagram. Suppose selecting the type of hierarchy diagram, we can see a tree like structure or the decision tree like structure. By default, it populates with the default text text as mentioned in each of the cells available. This text is a by default written. You can override this with actual information as we do by creating a hierarchy diagram for a firm as of now. This is how we can easily understand what is a firm and types of firm. So, we populate the first cell with the term firm. Secondly, we will populate the left as a private firm and the right as a public firm, private enterprise and a public enterprise. Further, we will divide that private enterprise into another two levels, which is called a partnership firm or a limited company. With the help of this diagram, we can understand that the Microsoft PowerPoint is much more easier to use than any other software, and hope that this lecture has also provided you with the basic information about some of the currently available graphical organizer tool in the market today, and the type of graphical organizer tool, which is whether you want to buy a commercial type of software or a freeware or a trial based system, you can choose and you can start working on the graphical organizer tool.